I wanted to put this video out there in regards to the flu and the nonsense of the last several years and just the complete eradication of logic on the parts of so many once smart and respected people that it's just kind of hit another point, especially now as this is the first time in my entire life, 40 plus years, where I have gone outside almost every day and you can hear several people coughing, several people sick at every gathering. Everyone that I know, friends and family, there are people sick, and they have been constantly sick. This is exactly what we said and predicted was going to happen after the warp speed, and it's happening. And I made a video about this back in the day. It's still very underviewed back when in the early times, 2 years ago, and because I noticed something with the New York CDC and their disclosure of the flu. Because this stuff, anyone that believes this is an absolute moron. Flu, etc., the cold has been around for so long, and they've been tweaking it, and I wonder how much of what we actually know of as the flu is genetically engineered and dumped on us biologically as a weapon, and what's actually natural. That I still don't know. But either way, the fact that they've been trying to convince every single one of us that the flu disappeared for exactly the time that COVID came out is just absolutely one of the dumbest things I've ever imagined. I don't know who falls for this, but I guarantee people do. Because one of the things they definitely factored into the psychology of this massive experiment over the last few years is just how strongly people that took the jab would fight for it and would resist any type of news regarding its damage or its inefficiencies. So I think that they counted that, and they knew that these people would psychologically react the way they do, and logic would get tossed out the window. Why the flu season basically disappeared. Influenza virus is still active, hasn't disappeared. This is the fact checks that came years later, several or a little bit later, months later, so in very few spots, but we knew. So this is a mix. Look at this. Flu has virtually disappeared in the US. Other people say throughout the whole world. Now think logically, people. How could this happen? How could the flu magically disappear? Let's see. Is that the truth? Or that somehow a miracle occurred all throughout the nation that the flu disappeared and was replaced by the same symptoms of this new Fauci disease? Or were people just changing the numbers, flubbing the tests, doing everything, never been able to prove it, and they just changed the numbers? So I have to go to them again. And I went to the same source that I went to in that 2020 video to see how things were going and progressing during that time that I kind of left out, and I kind of didn't really check the CDC New York website. So I checked it and I found some astonishing results, especially as it leads to today in the present time, because they definitely, I am convinced, I said it back in my community text, that they dumped something on us at Halloween that spread around, marinated until Thanksgiving, and is still going. So we're going to start October 30th, Halloween 2021, but look at the numbers where it says 319, laboratories tested. That number right there, 588, 1.3%, that's the number you have to keep looking at. 980, 2% were positive. So this is November, December. The numbers are going up. Watch the wave. 2871, 4.4% positive. 4,770 the next week. As it goes up, 9,000. They doubled that week. Then it started going back down. So you can tell that they kind of target holidays, which is very interesting. And the waves kind of then go back down a bit. It's like in election time, they also target. But this thing is so humanly modified that it's unbelievably obvious, and the stats prove it, their own stats. So this week they didn't have. So whenever they don't have a week, mysteriously, you get that page. So now we're in February 2022. 2.4% positive, 1.9% positive. And they're testing a lot of people too. That's the main line you want to look at. Laboratories tested, etc. February, 854, 2.2, still down pretty low. Wait till you see how it comes now. When it gets close to now. Whew. Not looking good, and it's exactly what we thought. But here we go, March, peaking up, 2,800. Then the next week, 6.9% positive, almost 4,000. Still going up. This next wave, here it comes, 5,000, 9,000, 14.5% positive for flu, which disappeared. Remember, this disappeared. This was totally gone throughout the whole world. COVID took its place. COVID killed the flu, is what we're supposed to believe. Or something, the masks and social distancing eliminated the flu. But yet you look at their numbers. That's just what they tell you, these monsters. Here we go, May, 10%. The last one was 12%. So it's kind of going down again. 8%, 4,500. 6%. Going back down, summertime. The warmth is coming. People in New York, they're getting less sick. Things are heat. Vitamin D is kicking in. People are not social distancing. Oh, oops, that flies against their logic. But it's still, I'm just wondering how they got such flu numbers when the flu disappeared, and that was in the news. So I don't know. Maybe someone can help me with that logic. Maybe it's one of the non-purebloods can help me figure that one out. But here we go. Take a look at this. This is where it gets dirty. October, 4%, still pretty low. Keep watching this. 7% October by Halloween. And just like I said, when they started spraying and they started targeting everything, watch what happens. They clearly let something out. And I said Massachusetts was the next Wuhan. I hope I'm not right, but sadly, I see everyone around me sick. 8,000 people, November 5th, 2022, gearing up towards Thanksgiving. 12,000, 17%. This is pretty much the top as of now, November 12th. Take a look at, let's see what happens the next week and where we're at right now. The next one, 15,000, 21% were positive for the flu. Out of 72,000 specimens, 15,000 were positive. Then let's see here. There we go, 21%. But keep it going. Get ready. A 32% increase over last week. Does that sound deliberate or does that sound natural, like these idiots claim it is? Look at these murderers. Look at this one. November 26th, 27,000. 34% of the population tested was positive for the flu. 76% increase over the last week, and they haven't even posted the last several ones. So what is going on? I don't know if you all are seeing it, but I definitely am. So many people around Massachusetts are sick. At the gallery I go, I hear people sick. I hear people coughing all over the place now. Everyone's saying, it must be allergies or something. Nope. Got family members passing away, all these different people, cancers rising, and young people all over the place. People saying, I got Lyme disease, while their entire systems fail and they've got lesions in the brain. All this nasty stuff stemming from what we were forbidden to say, what we were banned for saying, that this thing was untrustworthy from the start. I know so many people that knew it was untrustworthy from the start, and they still went to the doctor to get it inserted into them. I don't understand how the logic works on these people. They think flu completely is just capable of disappearing, like vanishing, for no reason. And they convince people that something untested could be good for you. Injecting something into your arm could be good for you. Meanwhile, they'll look at people on the side of the street that inject things into their arm all the time as just the lowest of the low. So what is happening here? I just wanted to put it out there and see if you all are noticing it too, because it's sad. It really is sad. It's insane to think that we live in a time period where people can biologically alter the course of humanity in the course of this beautiful world. And it now seems like it's getting to a point where it's spreading person to person. Never seemed like it was that way before. Never. And now it does. So I don't know where we're headed. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'd love to hear what you all have to say. Are you seeing it in the states that you're in, or is it just Massachusetts that's doing this? Wuhan of the East Coast? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's not happening anywhere, but how do we stop this? How do we bring these people to justice? It has to be done. This world cannot continue like this, because we're going to be covered in nanobot biotech nonsense, and no one's going to have an immune system left to protect anything. That's where it seems like it's headed. All these things that these immune systemless people are spreading all over the place are mutating and turning into insanity. And this was all started for what? To get Biden elected? Yikes. Please, let's do something about all of this. Raising awareness is key, but we've got to do more. Leave some ideas in the below and some observations. I'd love to hear your insight. Bless you all.